In the heart of Brazil, in 1987, a forgotten piece of medical equipment triggered one of the most devastating radiological disasters in history. Two scavengers, a glowing blue powder, and a series of innocent yet fatal mistakes unleashed chaos in Goiânia, claiming lives, disfiguring survivors, and contaminating an entire city. This is the haunting story of the Goiânia accident, a sobering reminder of the unseen dangers lurking in nuclear technology. Goiânia, the capital of Goiás state, was a vibrant city of nearly 1 million people in 1987, nestled on Brazil's central plateau, known for its sprawling farms and cattle ranches. In 1971, a local radiotherapy clinic, the Instituto Goiano de Radioterapia, acquired a Cesapan F3000 radiotherapy machine to treat cancer patients. This device housed a small but deadly capsule containing 93 grams of cesium-137 chloride salt, a highly radioactive byproduct of uranium decay. By 1985, the clinic closed, moving to a new facility, but the machine was left behind in the abandoned building due to a legal dispute over the property. Despite warnings from the clinic's owner to the courts about the cesium bomb left unsecured, no action was taken, leaving this orphan source vulnerable. On September 13, 1987, two local scavengers, Roberto dos Santos Alves and Wagner Mota Pereira, heard rumors of valuable scrap in the derelict clinic. Facing economic hardship, they saw an opportunity for profit. With simple tools, they entered the crumbling structure, navigating its decayed rooms until they found the radiotherapy machine. Its teardrop-shaped head, with a small glass window and a mechanical arm, looked expensive. They dismantled it, loaded the heavy capsule into a wheelbarrow, and hauled it 1/2 kilometer to Roberto's home, unaware they were handling one of the most dangerous substances on Earth. Over the next few days, Roberto and Wagner began disassembling the capsule, hoping to uncover its valuable core. Almost immediately, both men fell ill, vomiting, dizziness, and swelling in their hands where they touched the device. Wagner visited a local clinic on September 15th, where doctors, unfamiliar with radiation poisoning, misdiagnosed him with a food allergy and sent him home to rest. Roberto, undeterred, kept working. On September 16th, he used a screwdriver to punch a hole in the capsule's 1 millimeter thick glass window, revealing a crystalline powder glowing with an eerie blue light. Cherenkov radiation caused by particles moving faster than light through the material. Thinking it might be gunpowder, he tried to ignite it, but it didn't burn. Mesmerized by its beauty, he scooped out small amounts, unaware of the danger. By September 18th, the scavenger sold the capsule for $25 to Devaid Alves Ferreira, a scrapyard owner who operated out of his home. That evening, Devaid noticed the blue glow emanating from the capsule in his garage. Convinced it was something magical, he brought it inside to show his wife, Maria Gabriela Ferreira, and invited friends and family to see the treasure. Over the next 3 days, his employees, including Israel Baptista dos Santos and Admilson Alves da Sosa, worked to open it further. On September 21st, another employee, Ernesto Fabiano, broke the glass window completely, spilling 93 grams of cesium-137, less than half a baking cup, but enough to cause catastrophe. The glowing powder captivated everyone who saw it. Described as carnival glitter, it crumbled easily and stuck to skin, clothes, and surfaces. Maria Gabriela sprinkled it on her pajamas and bedsheets, enchanted by its glow. The Veres brother, Ivo Ferreira, took some home, where his 6-year-old daughter, Leide das Neves Ferreira, played with it, rubbing it on her arms and hands like fairy dust. Tragically, she ate a meal with contaminated fingers, ingesting the deadly substance. Another visitor, bus driver Odeson Ferreira, held the powder and later handled tickets from hundreds of passengers, spreading it across buses and into homes. Fragments of the capsule were sold or given to other scrapyards, and the powder was shared among at least 22 family members and friends, dusting homes, clothes, and bodies across Goiânia. Within days, those exposed began suffering severe symptoms: skin burns, lesions, vomiting, diarrhea, and internal damage from acute radiation poisoning. Leide, the 6-year-old, fell ill within minutes of eating. Local doctors, unaware of radiological risks, attributed the symptoms to obscure tropical diseases or food poisoning. By September 25th, the Ver sold the capsule to another scrapyard, but the cesium had already spread through touch, air, and everyday interactions, contaminating public spaces, vehicles, and even toilet paper. Maria Gabriela, now gravely ill, grew suspicious of the powder. On September 28th, defying her husband's skepticism, she enlisted an employee, Geraldo, to collect the capsule remnants and powder in a plastic bag. They took it to a local hospital, where Maria insisted it was killing her family. The doctor, uneasy, placed the bag outside on a concrete chair. On September 29th, a visiting medical physicist, Walter Mendez, arrived with a scintillometer, a device used to detect radiation. As he approached the hospital, the meter pegged at its maximum reading, confirming a radiological emergency. Mendez ordered an immediate evacuation and alerted authorities. Brazil's National Nuclear Energy Commission mobilized swiftly. Goiânia's Olympic Stadium was transformed into a triage center, screening over 112,000 people in the following days. Of those, 249 were found contaminated, with 22 showing severe acute radiation sickness. A helicopter and cars equipped with detectors scoured 67 square kilometers, mapping contamination hotspots. Cleanup was monumental. 85 homes were affected, with 42 decontaminated using vacuums and pressure washers, while 7 homes and several city blocks were demolished. 3 buses, 14 cars, 50,000 rolls of toilet paper, and 5 pigs were destroyed due to contamination. In total, 3,500 cubic meters of radioactive waste, equivalent to 1.5 Olympic swimming pools, was sealed in concrete. The capsule itself was encased in a concrete pipe to prevent further exposure. The tragedy claimed 4 lives. On October 23rd, 6-year-old Leide and her aunt, Maria Gabriela, succumbed to acute radiation poisoning. Leide's body was so radioactive it was buried in a lead-lined fiberglass coffin, sparking riots from nearly 2,000 fearful locals who blocked the funeral procession, throwing stones and bricks, believing her remains would poison the land. On October 27th and 28th, scrapyard workers Israel Batista dos Santos and Admilson Alves de Souza died from internal injuries caused by radiation. Survivors faced horrific consequences. Roberto lost most of his right arm to radiation burns. Wagner lost several fingers, and Gerardo suffered a burn hole in his back from carrying the bag. Odessan endured chronic hand pain, later describing needing to cool his hands in a freezer during flare-ups. The Goiânia accident, classified as a Level 5 event on the International Nuclear Event Scale, ranks among the worst nuclear disasters, alongside Chernobyl and Fukushima. Cesium-137's water-soluble nature made it insidious, seeping into soil, skin, and muscles, irradiating victims over time. De Ver, racked by guilt, died in 1994 from liver failure linked to heavy drinking and depression. Ivo passed in 2005 from emphysema, potentially radiation-related. Odessan became president of the Association of Cesium Victims of Goiânia, representing 1,600 members seeking compensation and medical care. In 2017, he received an honorary award at the Uranium Film Festival for his advocacy. The disaster could have been worse without Maria's insistence and the rapid response of authorities, who contained the crisis within days and fully decontaminated the city within 6 months. Remarkably, Goiânia's cancer rates showed no significant long-term spike, with estimates of 25 to 70 radiation-related deaths over decades, a near miracle given the exposure. The incident exposed the dangers of orphan sources and human curiosity, as the blue glow drew people to their doom. The International Atomic Energy Agency now uses Goiânia as a training case for radiological emergencies, likening it to a potential dirty bomb scenario. Tragically, the disaster was preventable. In 1986, the clinic owner warned the courts about the radioactive device, but legal disputes left it unsecured. A security guard's absence on the day Roberto and Wagner broke in, because he took his family to see Herbie Goes Bananas, allowed the theft. The Goiânia accident underscores the need for strict oversight of nuclear materials and public education about their risks. The Goiânia accident is a stark warning of the destructive power of nuclear technology when mishandled. A small capsule, mistaken for a treasure, brought a city to its knees, leaving scars that linger in survivors' bodies and minds. It's a story of curiosity turned deadly, but also of resilience and rapid response. Let it remind us to respect the invisible forces we seek to harness. Thanks for watching.